Ellen DeGeneres catching heat after a trip to Africa, and Top Gun 2 welcomes back a familiar face.
We welcome a familiar face right here. Joining us to talk about those stories, Heidi Hamilton from Dish Nation and Frosty, Heidi, and Frank on KLOS. Let's start with Ellen DeGeneres. Who doesn't love Ellen DeGeneres?
Everybody loves Ellen DeGeneres.
And now she did a social media posting and a photo
well, yeah, she
and
did
some
a lot.
controversy.
Okay, if you follow Ellen and you go back to her show, her wife, Portia, for Ellen, I believe it was for her 60th birthday, she created this wildlife fund or foundation in Ellen's name. And because she wants to save gorillas, and she's all about animals. And
huge into animals.
Huge into animals. That's one of the reasons I love her. I'm into animals as well. And so it was this amazing thing. So they go on this big trip to Rwanda, and they get to, you know, basically feed giraffes and be with the gorillas and all, like this trip of a lifetime. What Ellen kept calling trip of a lifetime. And on Instagram, she's posting everything about this trip and just having a wonderful time. And keep in mind, she's very philanthropic. Like, she's donating a lot of money for these animals. And
she has her own foundation that she started to
get
a lot of money to supporting these animal
None of this is the
causes.
controversy.
The controversy
what
is
happened,
she's in Rwanda, and she takes a picture, which I follow her. I thought it was an adorable picture. There's Ellen there in the middle, and she's with a bunch of the kids who maybe live in the area, a bunch of happy, smiley kids. And now people are saying shame on Ellen DeGeneres because this is basically poverty porn. I've never heard of that in my life. Well, now I start reading about it and researching it, going, what are people upset about? Well, I guess what people are upset about is you come to Africa and this is what you're showing. There's so much more to Africa than poor children, poor people. And I'm like, well, yeah, she was showing that. She was showing, this was her trip. She wasn't necessarily in the city. She didn't want to go to the city. She was visiting the animals.
Some posted about, why don't you show the city? There's a city, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
Why not show the fancy resort that you stayed at? Things like that. Well, but you're saying she did show a lot of photos.
She showed a lot of photos, and she didn't always stay in the fancy resort. I mean, she was out sort of in it. They were in the tents. And
I'm sorry. Who cares?
Who cares?
I tell her, she works hard for her money. She wants to take a trip and help kids.
And we don't know.
She has a foster elephant that she posted a picture of too.
Oh my God!
I mean, she's there to. Who cares?
Who cares? And we don't know what the situation. These kids looked happy. The photographer even said, just meeting such a joyful group of kids. Just. Why are we assuming they're poor? I think that's an awful thing to do.
Let's talk about the controversy, because there's been some buzz on that on social media from those who are bringing up the controversy, saying that people, white people, go to poor communities in foreign countries and show them with poor children. And that's what they're calling the poverty porn.
That's what the poverty porn is. But listen, I'm sure wherever Ellen was in that particular area with her crew of people and some to those kids maybe who are like, oh, cool, people are here. So they're going to run up to Ellen and maybe say, hi, and she's talking to them. What, so now as a white person I can't take a picture of this was part of my experience?
It's just it's a cheap shot.
It's a cheap shot because Ellen is so philanthropic and giving, and there was no, I mean, I don't think she thought anything of that. This was just another shot of the day in my life on my trip to Africa, and I'm going to post it. I would have posted a photo like that, not thinking anything of it. Is that irresponsible of me if I'm in Africa and all these kids are like, oh, hey, and I'm having such a good time with them, like, let's get a picture.
It's a stretch.
I'm not thinking, oh, I'm this wealthy white woman, and that's ridiculous.
It's not a photo op.
It's really ridiculous.
Let's try and bring it down
can we please talk about why we're really here?
Top Gun.
Top Gun
2. What's that?
And the movie coming out with Tom Cruise and
Val Kilmer.
That's
well, listen.
Yeah.
People are passionate online about this movie. I love this movie. I've seen it so many times.
Who doesn't love this movie?
Yeah, the great thing we're kind of talking about, Dan, is it a chick flick? Is it a guy flick?
Yeah.
It's both.
It's both.
It's one of those rare movies that men and women both like.
Well, you got the romance, Kelly McGillis there.
Good-looking guys in the uniform. You got planes blowing up in the sky.
Right, you got hot girls, Meg Ryan.
You got all that stuff going on.
All of that stuff. And so I guess Val Kilmer had made a Facebook post saying, yeah, I'm going to be in Top Gun 2.
But then he walked it back.
And then he was like, well, maybe I jumped the gun, or maybe I jumped the Top Gun. Oh, that Val Kilmer.
Oh, it was supposed to, he wasn't supposed to let a cat out of the bag.
No, and so then it was like he spoke too soon. But listen, go online, read all the posts. You can't have a Top Gun without Iceman.
Right.
You got Maverick. That's
Maverick
Tom Cruise.
Goose.
I guess he's going to be the instructor, and all the new young people will come in.
He was the rival then. So
they were rivals,
right.
Yeah, and so you can't have Top Gun without Iceman. I know Val Kilmer went through a little bout of cancer, and so there was a little vocal cord issue there for a while, but I think he's back and fine.
Right.
And you got to have Iceman in Top Gun.
Good to see for him. Good
Who
to
knows
have
if there
him
will be
back.
another volleyball scene.
Oh,
but,
my gosh.
The iconic volleyball
and
scene.
baby oil. They just kept Johnson & Johnson in business with all that baby oil,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
yeah.
that
So
was
that's
something else.
exciting, and you know, I'll be in line to see
This
that.
movie, other than what you said, I know Tom Cruise is the instructor, right? And there's a new round. I'm intentionally not wanting to know all
Anything.
the storyline because I
Right.
want to just go and be like, awesome.
Yeah, I don't
right?
want to know anything either.
Sometimes, like, I want to know. I want to. I don't want to know. on
Yeah,
this
you
one.
don't want to know anything. Just let Maverick do his thing.
Will
and
Kelly
just
McGillis be
surprise
there?
Me.
Who else will be there?
I don't know. Is
Exactly.
Maverick still with Kelly McGillis'
That's
character?
right. Meg Ryan. Who knows?
Right. Well, we know one of the guys.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so. Heidi, thank you.
Hear Heidi every morning on Frosty, Heidi, and Frank weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on 95.5 KLOS radio. You can see her weeknights at 11:30 on Dish Nation, right here on Fox 11. Thanks, Heidi.
Fist bump.
Anytime. All right, blowing it up.
There we go.
We
Blow
should
it
all
up.
go to the movie together.
Yeah,
I'm in.
we
Let's
should.
do it. Look how
Yes.
colorful we are tonight,
Yes,
too,
we
by
should.
the way. Oh, my God.
Like the way you think. All right, thank you very much, Heidi.
Anytime.